I saw all the blood over his shirt.
We need you in this community, God. There's so much bloodshed.
She says she hears shooting from her West Side apartment every night.
Some people feel like they're not even gonna make it to see the age of 18. If you get your 18th birthday, we actually celebrate. We call it turning up, because you made it.
There's one group of people left out of the narrative about gang violence: young women and girls. Women reportedly make up just 7.4% of gang membership nationwide, but a significant number grow up in or near gangs in places like the southside of Chicago. There isn't much attention paid to how it impacts their lives, or why some of them might choose or feel pressured to join gangs themselves. Chardonnay and Jessica are two young women who are living through it.
My name is Jessica Morris. I'm 25 years old. I started participating in gangs when I was like 16, 17. I got involved in gangs because I wanted some fast money. The money that I had, it wasn't good enough for me, so I wanted some fast money. So in order for me to do what I wanted to do, I had to be a part of what they was a part of. I had to basically join the family. My mom used to beat me. Then one of my mom's boyfriends was molesting me, trying to make it seem like I was doing it to him. I'm only 9 years old. When I tried to tell my mama, she hung me from the 3rd floor and told me, like, if he leave, I'm gonna kill you. For your mother to say those words to you, it hurt. And that's another reason I turned to gangs, because I made an excuse. My mama ain't love me, so why should I even care? So I turned to the streets looking for love, not knowing that I had all these people around me that already was loving me, period, already.
Jessica had her first child while she was still involved with gangs.
Blow it again. I ain't really had to do too much except for sell some drugs and stuff. I was arrested 16 times. I was in and out of jail, always in trouble. I ended up getting shot. I lost a couple of my friends to it. All type of stuff was going on. Gang culture, it's like, it can destroy you, but at the same time, it can uplift you because you learn from it at the same time. I don't think what I went through, I don't look at it as no mistake that I made. I look at it as a learning experience. Then when I found out I was having a son, I knew that I had to do something different because I didn't want him to grow up in the same environment and the same stuff that I grew up in, or even think that he had to turn to those people, because back then I felt like I had to turn to that. It's real hard to get out because when you try to escape yourself from certain situations, people look at you different. Now you a snitch, now you this, now you that. What's the gun bills? My biggest fear right now is my past coming back to haunt me once again, and me being took away from my kids. I still got a lot of anger in me about a whole lot of stuff, but like, and then a lot of people tell me I don't know how to show love to people because I never had nobody show love to me. And everybody who I ever put my trust in, they turned their back on me. So it's like, it be hard for me sometimes. And people always like, you always come off aggressive, but I don't be trying to. It's just like, I got so much stuff going on in my head, like, it be hard to even show sympathy to anybody because don't nobody get enough for me. I dream about living life differently every day. Like, a lot of people running away from the city. I don't want to run away from my city. I want to make my city better. Like.
There are many women like Jessica who grow up in gangs with little choice in the matter because of family connections or because they need the money and support. And there are women like Chardonnay who grow up adjacent to these gangs with little choice because of where their neighborhood is located.
My name is Chardonnay Nash. I am a freshman at Blackburn College. Growing up in my neighborhood, I always felt like it was two tales of a city, living in Chicago on the south side, underprivileged neighborhood. I felt like we didn't get as many resources as other kids got in other areas of Chicago. And I felt like growing up in Inglewood, we had to face many challenges that other people wouldn't understand. Every day somebody's getting killed. Just alone this weekend, 4 people I grew up with were murdered. Even though we wasn't as close, but it still affected me because I sat by them every day in school or I seen them every day in my neighborhood. It traumatizes me. When I hear the gunshots, I think about who it could possibly be that got shot. I just hope that it's not one of my brothers and sisters or nobody real close to me. It makes me fear my city, like it makes me fear the people around me. My biggest fear is not knowing whether one of my family members are going to end up on the news next, or if I'm going to end up on the news. Some people feel like they're not even going to make it to see the age of 18. If you get your 18th birthday, we actually celebrate. We call it turning up, because you made it.
Chardonnay had to leave her home because of domestic violence in her senior year of high school.
I still am basically homeless. I live with my cousin. And I've been living with her for like a year now.
What happened?
Wait. It made me join every program at school. I used to leave, go to school at like 8 o'clock, then come home to like 8 at night. I joined the National Honor Society, the flag team, Demoiselle. Every program that I found, I joined. And knowing that I don't have a place I can call my own, or knowing that I have to worry about if a person wake up and say, well, you gotta get out of my house, that was my motivation. The things that hold me together are my goals and my dreams, my sisters and brothers, and God. I want to be a gynecologist, so the minute I got weak, I started calling myself Dr. Nash to remind myself, like, this is why you want to go to school every day. I love college. Even though I had struggles like in certain classes, I'm glad I went. I'm meeting new people, I'm exposed to diversity, because being in Inglewood, all I seen was African Americans. I didn't learn, now I'm learning how to interact with other races and ethnicities and learning their culture as well.
She's also learned to chant from a group called Demoiselle Two Femmes that helps ground her in moments of stress or crisis.
Femininity, demoiselle, charm, demoiselle, etiquette at its best, demoiselle, poise, elegance, beauty and finesse.
Organizations like D2F are just one of many that are dedicated to helping young women in Chicago. Working on Womanhood of Youth Guidance is one that helps young women deal with trauma through group counseling.
Actually cry and feel okay. I know you're strong enough to break through it, and it's gonna be awesome.
Girls tend to respond differently to trauma and to the community violence than boys do. In my experience, it's been that the girls are a little bit more reserved in their responses. They're kind of quiet and shy. They tend to be the ones that want to hold it all together. They want to be the ones that are strong and supportive of the parents or the family members of those that have lost someone.
Then there are the urban warriors of YMCA Chicago, a group of military veterans who serve as mentors to the girls. They draw on their own experiences to help them recover from violence and conflict.
Young women and female veterans, their experiences are left out of the narrative. And I think if you really look at violence that is experienced by both populations, these girls could be shooters, these girls could be shot callers. However, they're also girlfriends, sisters, daughters, partners, moms, aunts, grandmothers. They're part of the equation. Young people are products of their environment. So if they're growing up in communities where there are no schools, there are no jobs, the nearest grocery store might be a couple of miles away. Their parents are living in poverty. Maybe they have a parent who's incarcerated or a parent who's been deported. That disrupts their social safety net, right? So these young people aren't given a fair chance. So I think so often people look at them as just bad kids, or they join gangs because, you know, there's nothing better to do. But in actuality, they're joining these structures for safety, for a positive sense of themselves. They're looking for support that they're not getting otherwise.
Just give us a chance. If you teach us, we'll learn. Like, just give us the same opportunities and resources as everybody else, and we'll do the same thing that everybody else do.
If I could talk to Jessica at 16, I'd tell her, like, live your own way. Stop trying to be somebody else because somebody else wants you to be that person.